Hello, everybody. Frank Tufano's uploaded already. I was not expecting that. And you remember I was going to react to his next one. He said he was going to do a more full one, but oh well. Let's just get straight into this. It's crazy. It's already crazy. It starts out with something. He says something very crazy. And I really want to just do this. He's not doing so good. Not doing so good. And it's showing. It's showing. It's showing. He says that this diet is supposed to be giving him the best nutrition. Well, Frankie, you're not getting the best nutrition, obviously, if you are feeling like this all the time. So, here we go.
What's up, guys? We're doing another quick day of eating. Last week we showed you what the meal looked like really fast when it was done. Today I'm showing you the prep, what the meal looks like before I make it, and then hopefully at some point in the future where I get zapped by lightning and energized, we'll do a full day of eating that week.
Yeah, proves my point right there, hey? You are not nourished by this diet. You are not the smartest nutritionist ever.
Used to do. Well, I brought home the wrong sausage, but I guess it doesn't really matter. So I'll either have the breakfast lean sausage or today the plain lean sausage. Both are excellent and delicious. Our carbohydrate base for the meal is organic quick oats. We have these on Frankie's Strange Foods. I'm really happy these don't give me a headache. When I used to eat the pre-packaged stuff, I always got like some type of headache or something, probably from the additives and ingredients in it. And these steel cut oats, which we also have on the Foods website, these just take a while to make. You got to do them overnight. So this is as quick of a healthy breakfast as you can really make. I'll put a little bit of salt and sometimes some oil in the oats, but I always put some vanilla bean, and I put in organic sugar, and sometimes I'll add some organic honey as well, and I'll even put some maple syrup on the sausages, just a little.
That is way too much sugar. That's not even starches. That's just pure carbs.
A little bit. And the final part of my breakfast is an organic Honeycrisp apple, which I have with every meal. Breakfast is where I take most of my supplements. So we took some zinc already this week. We took some vitamin C yesterday. We took some B complex yesterday.
Avoiding beef organs and all that stuff. Yeah, that's cool.
Might do selenium tomorrow.
And forgetting that the carnivore diet was actually doing you some good before, and now you're just, regretting the switch, but you're just sabotaging yourself even more rather than going back to carnivore.
I think we're just going to do a few magnesium pills today, and maybe a little bit of vitamin K2. We already did vitamin K2 this week.
And you donated blood too. You're in no condition, by the way, to donate blood. You should not be donating blood. You should not be doing anything like that. You should be eating nutritious food, which is meat and only meat. Plants are a filler, and they're for starvation situations.
So I don't usually do it more than once a week, but supplement-wise, we're just going to do the masticum and some magnesium. So that's been my breakfast normally. Once or twice a week, I'll have some.
Oh, strange. I just realized. Oh. Okay, no, it is. Never mind. I was thinking that this side here was the left, but it is the right. It's just the way it's. Anyway.
Lamb testicles for testosterone, and then another day I'll do some third eye glandular powders like the pineal and pituitary glands. We don't have them in stock on the website. I just have some left over. I'm going to.
What if my friend needs to take pituitary glands because she has hypopituitaryism?
Try to get some for you guys in a month or two, maybe sooner.
But I wouldn't take it from this guy. Don't get it from this guy. Do not get it from this guy. If you have hypopituitarism and are thinking about taking it, don't get it from this guy.
But that's going to be it for breakfast. So I'm going to get that ready. I got to edit a video, and then we're going to go down to the warehouse to work, and then we'll come back home for lunch. Because I can't eat any normal food. Just got back from work. It's around 3:30. I am dressed like an old man. Pretty quick day, only a few hours of stuff to do in the warehouse. However, I spent like all morning filming just to kind of catch up on some content. So
You are not healthy, buddy. I don't know what makes you think you are. Because clearly if you were healthy, you wouldn't be feeling all this like blah. And we shouldn't be eating normal food anyway. We should be eating carnivore. Normal food to us now is like, junk, like French fries and bullcrap. You eat that stuff anyway, Frankie. You eat potatoes and crap. So, what's that about not eating normal food? I don't understand your that statement, because clearly you are eating normal food, or what most people would call normal food, but I don't call it normal food. I don't call it normal food. I just call it junk.
let me show you guys my lunch real quick. We have our sourdough bread.
God, he sounds so depressed.
I baked this morning. Still trying to figure out the hydration.
How is he? I just don't get it. How is he so? He's so depressed, and dude, this thing is supposed to not. You're not supposed to hear that, but it doesn't matter how I position this thing. You're gonna hear it, apparently. So, how is he so dang depressed? I just don't understand. How? Like, how can he, think he's healthy if he sounds like this all the time? Like, almost all the time. He tries so hard to make it seem like he's doing well, but he's not. You are not the smartest nutritionist ever.
Because the humidity here has been absolutely wild, and the main factor in the bread rising really well is getting the hydration percentage right. So still working on that. We got some prime rib and some roast beef. We usually have leftovers every week that are going to get thrown out anyway, so what I do is I'll take them home and have them for lunch almost every day. And then we have our white bean puree that we're going to dip the bread in, kind of like a hummus. This is white beans, shiitake,
Yuck.
mushrooms, artichoke spread, everything organic, of course, and then just some coconut oil and salt in there. So it's very, very minimally inflammatory. We have the balance of...
No, it's not. Beans. Beans? Did you forget what beans do? What do beans do to the stomach, Frankie? What do beans do? What do beans do?
Of the starch, the dense calories in the bread. We have the animal protein, the cholesterol, the vitamins, the nutrients.
And gluten is inflammatory. It is. You can't say anything that convinces me that it isn't, because I gained 10 pounds just from eating gluten. And I think gluten is unhealthy because it just automatically makes you gain 10 pounds.
And then we have a lot of fiber, and this is also very rich in minerals from the beans and the mushrooms. For dessert,
And I feel like I'm going to get somebody in the comments, well, then go eat some bread. You said you need to gain weight, right? No, never, not that way. I'm not gaining weight that way. Nope.
we have our Honeycrisp apples.
I had 4 eggs today, and I feel amazing, like the best I felt in ever. I didn't eat them all in one go. I had 2 earlier this afternoon, and then 2 not this afternoon, but this morning, and then 2 just a few hours ago there. So yeah, I'm feeling pretty good.
I actually go through 3 bags of these every week. So I think the Apple organization or whatever it is in the United States owes me some money.
Just stop. Go carnivore. Go back to carnivore. You will thank me once you do.
U.S. Apple Farmers Association You guys better write me a check. Hey, listen, since I'm such a gentleman, I will take lesser reciprocation of.
Shut up, you don't need apples. This is you admitting that you're addicted to carbs. You're addicted. You're not eating these to detox your liver or stimulate bile or whatever the heck it all is. You're eating these because you're addicted to carbs, and you're emotionally eating because you are upset about carnivore conferences not like you not being invited to the low carb conferences and stuff like that. So suck it and go back to carnivore like a good human should do, or stop posting your stupid videos, because if you're going to post what I eat in a day videos, stop, just go back to carnivore, because carnivores, all you're doing is discouraging people who are actually getting good results from carnivore and need to continue that. All you're doing is, see, and I think it's because people come across people like you, and then they stop because they don't want to end up like how you claim that you were, even though you're not. And then you're giving yourself away day by day by day, and it's like, okay, so it wasn't carnivore then, and then they're gonna be like, well, why'd I go off it then?
Perhaps one of those bisexual Asian girls that work on your farms for like
You are disgusting. Shut up.
slave labor every year. Listen, it doesn't even have to be one of the pretty ones. Like, I'm being very reasonable here. How much have I increased
Shut up.
Honeycrisp apple sales solely on my own? Is there a glare on the screen? Oh. That's my little rant. Oh yeah, so the apple is just, as I've said many times, you guys that have been watching my day of eatings, high volume, water, variety of sugars that the liver needs to process.
Wait, how? No, the liver has to detox harder when you consume fructose. You're damaging your liver. Your liver can only continue this for so long before it finally is like, you know what? I'm done. Anyone else? What is this? Like, how does he go through 3 bags a week? I guess they're not big bags. What? He eats only 2 a day. So, how the heck? I thought bags of apples like way more than that.
Because if you just eat starch and fiber, you're not utilizing all the enzymes and all your body's digestive capability. So it's nice to have a balance of certain things. And of course,
not true. You only make amylase, which you can digest starches with. But then even then, the liver can only handle so much of that as well. You are consuming too much fructose, which damages the liver.
Apple is like a nice little dessert after the meal.
Nice little emotional addition. I love to emotionally eat, is what you're basically saying. You're giving yourself away, and you have been for years now.
Oh, I'll show you guys real quick. I do have some water kefir in the fridge, and we have some water kefir brewing on the counter here. I've been taking it basically every day for the past few weeks, but now for a few days we're taking a break from the water kefir. However, we do have it in stock on frankiesfoods.com. This is just the heating pad around here because this really has to be between like 77 and 85 degrees in order for it to really ferment and not take a long time. But that's going to be lunch, guys, so we'll see you for dinner. Hopefully not at 1 a.m. like last time. All right, guys, we are back for dinner. It's been like a quiet, rainy, gloomy day here in PA. It's about 65 degrees, so I'm actually really happy about how much milder the temperature is compared to New York. We did some spice mixtures for the potato chips today, so hopefully we have those next week. And
wow, see? Oh, but they're organic, so we don't need to worry about all that. They're still chips. Why? This is what I mean. You're just trying to justify eating a bunch of crap because you think, oh, I'm I'm eating organic, so it's healthy. I'm eating organic. It's organic, people. No, you're trying to justify your carb, but you're giving yourself away here.
And did some R&D for the organ supplements powders coming back in. So I'm always doing work and stuff on my computer, probably more than anyone should have to do in their lifetime. But let me show you the prep for dinner. So I've been having whitefish for dinner now that I have access to a high quality source. We're gonna do some cod today, just light all-purpose flour dredge on the.
What happened to your beef? What happened to it? What happened? How come you don't do beef anymore? Like, it's a lot of pork and stuff. Although I have been so mindlessly watching these lately now that I didn't hear whether or not he had beef for lunch.
Outside with some salt.
But a lot of the times he does have that pork. So how come it's pork and fish now? Now you're just like, dude, red meat is the least of the inflammatory ones. If you were to just go back to carnivore, you could eat anything so long as it was meat and not have any kind of problem.
Almost everything here, guys, we have on Frankie's Free Range Meat and frankiesfreerangefoods.com. You can literally...
You don't need this stupid mastic gum either, by the way. You don't. And lamb is the only thing that he mentioned that he probably does eat. Like the testicles. I'm not opposed to eating testicles if you want to do it, but obviously you're doing something wrong, Frankie, because you wouldn't be so low energy a lot of the time. You need to stop this.
I think get just about everything in this picture because we have the cod and the collagen broth on the meat website. We have the flour, the salt, the noodles on the foods website, and then the white bean puree. We have beans. We have artichoke.
God, these beans. Beans. Like, Frankie, even if they didn't do anything to the liver, guess what they're going to do? They're going to rip your gut up. Do you really want to continue ripping your gut up? Huh? Do you? That's probably why you're so depressed and tired all the time. Plus the fact you malnourish yourself anyway by drinking all that freaking mastic gum down, going crazy with it, by the way. Like, giving yourself diarrhea, you admitted to that. Like, come on, you're giving yourself away. It wasn't carnivore that damaged your liver. It was the Accutane, if there was even damaged liver to begin with. You're just, actually, what I really think it is you're sabotaging yourself. Carnivore made me so good, but because nobody did this and nobody did that, no one acknowledged anything I ever did, and blah, blah, blah. No one invited me to conferences or anything. I'm just going to sit here and eat carbs again.
Spread. The only thing we don't sell in this is the mushrooms. We even have the oil on the website here. So if this isn't the definition of practice what you preach, I don't know what is. So what we're going to do is boil the udon noodles in filtered water for a few minutes, then use the collagen broth and white bean puree to make like a pasta sauce, and then on the side I'm going to have the cod sauteed just in the pan. You guys know the theme, liver detox, giving the body...
You're not detoxing the liver by eating carbs. The liver, look, the liver actually has to work even harder when you eat carbs, because then the liver is like, oh crap, these are not what I want. I don't want this stuff in it. What is this fructose? What do I do? The liver gets overwhelmed, and eventually your liver's going to say, well, I'm done. Anyone else want to try? Pancreas comes out like, are you kidding? I don't know how to do this stuff. And then everything just starts to shut down. And guess what? You start to get to that point where you're gaining a whole bunch of weight. Might not be happening right now, but it will.
Body enough protein, amino acids, B vitamins to keep the liver highly functioning, the
Wait,
soluble fiber,
what?
and everything coming out of the liver. Pan. You guys know the theme, liver
I missed something, so.
detox, giving the body enough protein, amino acids, B vitamins to keep the liver highly functioning, and then some extra protein and amino acids.
You're not absorbing it. You eat these white beans at every friggin' meal almost. And then you eat oats. It doesn't matter where they come from. They all still have anti-nutrients. And you know organic doesn't actually mean organic, right?
It's collagen broth, really, really helpful for gut health. And I sleep a little bit better when I have it in the diet. And then the white.
You would sleep even better if you just ate beef, butter, bacon, eggs, actual liver, like consuming liver, fat, lots of fat, electrolytes. Yeah, you would sleep so much better. I do. I sleep amazingly.
Bean puree, the soluble fiber, the bulk, with the starch combined, it's giving like a kind of sponge.
You can't even formulate your sentence. It's giving a kind of a dude, you are destroying yourself.
To soak up everything coming out of the liver. Can't forget, we're going to have another apple.
Starches, by the way, do not soak up everything coming into the liver because the liver has to detox the fructose. Guess what? Starches have sugar. Guess what sugar has? Fructose and glucose. Ergo, the liver has to try and process all that fructose from the starches too. Give it, like, actually look it up, okay? Look it up.
With dessert, guys, and I'm going to have some masticum and charcoal.
What for dessert?
Coming out of the liver. Can't forget, we're going to have another apple with dessert, guys.
Wait. What happened to just half an apple in the morning and then half an apple for night? What are you eating the full one now? What's all this? What's going on here? What? Dude, you keep changing things up because you know that this diet isn't working. You keep changing things up. You may as well come back to carnivore. You were doing it for 7 years and now carnivore is a problem for you? No, you're butthurt. You're butthurt.
And I'm going to have some masticum and
See, this is how you're malnourishing yourself. Mastic gum and
charcoal with my dinner.
See? You're not supposed to have eaten before taking activated charcoal. Like, that's why they say, like, if you ingested a poison, an actual poison, like, let's say somebody took a bunch of pills. You have to wait, like, if you, or sorry, you have to, how do I word this? If you took a bunch of pills and then they give you the activated charcoal, you have to make sure you take it right away. You can't wait because if you wait, then it's not going to be effective and then the poison will kick in, right? So if you're going to eat your dinner and then take charcoal, good luck absorbing that, buddy. Good luck absorbing that. Oh, and the mastic gum, by the way, is only going to make it all like go to mush, and then you're going to like crap it all out again. So yeah, keep continuing to malnourish yourself. You're doing a great job. It's not like you were all like, you even said you didn't feel good energy-wise and that you're not sleeping, right? Now you're actually not sleeping. And I know why. Because you are not absorbing anything. You're not. Especially in your evening meals.
Honestly, a hard time gauging whether the charcoal is helping that much or not.
It doesn't. It does not. It hinders everything. You can't absorb anything.
Take the masticum. I think if you didn't take masticum and you took charcoal, then you would notice a more significant difference, but they have kind of a similar effect. And
No. I mean, if they're similar in that they malnourish you, sure.
Kind of soaking toxin, helping the liver detox.
They don't help your body do anything. Plants don't just know what's good and what's bad. It just binds to stuff and goes, pulls it right out. It doesn't matter what it is. Fulvic acid proved unsuccessful too.
But that's going to be it for the vlog this week, guys. If you do want to support me, you can go to frank-stefano.com. I mean, guys, I'm tired. I've been doing this nonstop every day of my life since basically 2017. So,
You had so much more energy when you were doing it as a carnivore. So much more energy. I could hear it. Go back to carnivore. Take out all of the supplements. At this point, you will need your electrolytes, but go back to carnivore. Go back to carnivore. Do the carnivore diet again. No one is going to, look, no one's noticed me. But you know what I'm not doing? Blah, no one's noticed me. No one's let me on their channel. No one's done this. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to quit carnivore completely and go back to the full standard diet. I'll just make sure it's organic. That way I can justify my carb addiction. I never did that. You know what? I hope I get interviewed by one of the channels, but you know what I'm not going to do? I'm not going to put my hopes up, get my hopes up, and I don't care whether they want to or not. You know what? If they do, they do. If they don't, they don't. I don't care. I don't care. Because you know what? I don't need to. I don't need to be interviewed to share my story. But I would love to get, show that the standard American diet can even affect someone like me who was always thin. Always thin. Always. Very, very thin and very, small. I'm very below average size of most women. Okay? Very below average size. And I've always been this size. Always. People thought, oh, how could you possibly have this wrong with you? You're young. How could you have that wrong with you? You're young yet. Blah, blah, blah. Well, I proved them all wrong, didn't I? I lost that 7 pounds in a week. My mom was like, you never had inflammation. You wouldn't have had inflammation. Everyone gets inflammation. It revealed so much. I'm actually glad I lost all that weight. I'm glad I lost enough to where I suddenly looked anorexic. Because you know why? It showed me that I needed to change something. That is what it showed me. I needed to reveal the malnourishment underneath it all. Because the inflammation was hiding it. It was hiding my frail, thin body. I needed that to happen. So, Frankie, you're malnourished. I bet you if you went carnivore, you'd lose so much weight that you would actually look sick too for the first little bit. But you know what? Your energy would start coming back. And you'd be giving your body the proper fuel rather than the stupid sugar nonsense. You're tired because you might be absorbing some of the sugars. You're malnourishing yourself with the charcoal. That's a given. You need to stop this. This isn't benefiting you in any way at all. I'm not going to sit here and suddenly believe you that it is. It's not helping you at all. Stop with this. Okay? Stop. All right, guys, that is it for this video. I'm going to head off now and, just chill out, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys. Carbs!